Our world is teeming with life, much of it unfolding on a scale so small that it often escapes our notice. Beneath our very feet, in the soil, within the crevices of bark, among the leaf litter of the forest floor, there exists a bustling, highly organized society. For over 140 million years, these tiny creatures have been engineering their environment, building complex cities and developing sophisticated social structures. They are one of nature's greatest success stories, having colonized almost every landmass on Earth. From the sweltering heat of the desert to the damp chill of the northern woodlands. To understand the ant is to look at a microcosm of life itself, complete with cooperation, conflict, industry, and survival. There are more than 12,000 known species of ant, and scientists believe there may be thousands more yet to be discovered. Their collective biomass is thought to equal or even exceed that of all human beings. A single ant may seem insignificant, a tiny speck moving with determined purpose, but together, as a colony, they are a superorganism. This means the entire colony functions as a single, unified entity, with each individual working for the good of the whole. They can construct elaborate nests. As we journey into their hidden domain, we begin to appreciate the complexity and elegance of their existence. We will explore the different castes that make up a colony, from the mighty queen to the humble worker. We will see how they construct their subterranean cities, with chambers for nurseries, food storage, and even waste disposal. We will uncover their vital role as ecosystem engineers, turning soil, dispersing seeds, and managing populations of other insects. The story of the ant is not just about a small insect, it is about the interconnectedness of all life and the incredible power of nature's smallest architects. The word ant may conjure a single image in our minds, perhaps that of a small black insect marching across a pavement. Yet the reality is a world of astonishing variety. Ants come in a dazzling array of shapes, sizes, and colors, each adapted to its specific environment and way of life. Consider the leafcutter ants of the Americas. These remarkable insects are the farmers of the insect world. They do not eat the leaves they so diligently carry back to their nests. Instead, they use these plant fragments as a substrate to cultivate a specific type of fungus, their primary source of food. This symbiotic relationship is a marvel of coevolution. Then there are the army ants, nomadic predators that form immense raiding parties, sweeping across the forest floor in a living tide. Unlike other ants, they do not build permanent nests. Instead, they create temporary bivouacs out of their own bodies, with workers linking legs and bodies to form a protective living structure around the queen and her young. These ants are a powerful force, consuming any small creature that cannot get out of their path. In the arid deserts of the world, we find ants that have developed extraordinary adaptations to survive extreme heat. The Sahara Desert ant, for instance, is one of the fastest insects on Earth, relative to its size. It navigates the featureless landscape by using the sun's position and polarized light, creating an internal compass to find its way back to its tiny nest entrance after a foraging trip. Its long legs help to keep its body elevated above the scorching hot sand, a simple yet effective piece of natural engineering. Contrast these with the weaver ants of Africa and Asia, which construct their nests high in the canopies of trees. They do not dig in the soil but instead bind leaves together using silk. This silk is not produced by the adult ants but by their own larvae. In a remarkable display of cooperation, adult workers will hold the silk-producing larvae in their mandibles, using them like living tubes of glue to stitch the edges of leaves together. This creates a secure, sheltered home among the branches, safe from many ground-dwelling predators. Each of these examples reveals just a fraction of the incredible diversity within the ant family. Within every ant colony, there is a clear and rigid division of labor. This social structure is the key to their success. At the heart of the colony is the queen. She is the largest individual and the sole reproductive female. She began life as a winged princess, took to the air in a nuptial flight, mated with winged males. After mating, she sheds her wings, finds a nest site, and begins laying eggs. She can lay thousands or millions over several years. Most of the colony are workers, sterile female daughters of the queen. They do every task for survival. Young workers stay inside, tending the queen, tending the eggs, tending larvae, tending pupae. They clean the young, they feed them. This nursery work ensures the next generation grows strong. Older workers shift duties. They do nest maintenance, excavating tunnels, excavating chambers, repairing structures. They manage food stores, deal with waste and create refuse chambers to keep the nest hygienic. This prevents disease in tight colonies. The oldest, most expendable workers forage outside. They find resources, they defend territory. Some species have soldiers. Soldiers are larger with oversized heads and powerful mandibles. Their role is defense. They guard nest entrances to repel intruders and ward off predators. In big attacks, they form the front line. This caste system, roles by age and form, lets the colony act as a coordinated, resilient superorganism. The ant colony is far more than just a simple hole in the ground. It is a complex, sprawling city, meticulously designed and constructed, built to meet the needs of thousands or millions of inhabitants. The architecture of an ant nest or formicary is a marvel of natural engineering. These subterranean structures are not random collections of tunnels. They are organized systems with distinct areas for different functions. There are chambers that serve as nurseries for the young, where temperature and humidity are carefully regulated. Other chambers are used as larders, storing seeds, processed fungus. The structure of the nest reflects the colony's social organization. The queen usually resides deep within the nest, in a specially constructed royal chamber, protected from danger, focused on egg laying. The brood chambers contain eggs, larvae, pupae, often located nearby, so nurse workers can tend them efficiently. The network of tunnels connects these chambers, acting as highways, allowing constant flow of workers, food, information. Multiple entrances and exits provide escape routes and efficient foraging traffic. Maintaining the internal environment is a critical task for workers. Ants are very sensitive to temperature and humidity, and the nest design helps regulate these conditions. Some species build mounds above their nests, which act as solar collectors, warming upper chambers where the brood is kept during the day. Workers physically move larvae and pupae to different chambers throughout the day, following optimal temperature gradients. They manage ventilation, sometimes digging specific shafts to ensure a steady supply of fresh air. The colony is a hub of communication. It may appear chaotic, but movement is guided by a sophisticated language of chemical signals called pheromones. An ant returning from a foraging trip will lay down a chemical trail, which nestmates follow to the food source. Different pheromones signal alarm, calling soldiers to defend the nest or identify a nestmate versus a foreign intruder. This stream of chemical information flows through the tunnels, coordinating every individual and ensuring the city runs smoothly and efficiently. Ants play a multitude of vital roles within their ecosystems, acting as gardeners, acting as cleaners, acting as population controllers. Their influence extends far beyond the immediate vicinity of their nest. One of their most important functions is seed dispersal, a process known as myrmecochory. Many plant species have evolved to rely on ants to spread their seeds. These seeds often have a small, nutritious attachment called an eleosome. Ants are attracted to this fatty, protein-rich morsel. They carry the entire seed back to their nest, consume the eleosome, and then discard the unharmed seed in their nutrient-rich waste piles, providing the perfect fertilized spot for it to germinate. Beyond planting seeds, ants act as nature's sanitation crew. They are relentless scavengers, consuming a vast amount of dead organic material, including other dead insects and small animals. By quickly breaking down and removing this material, they help to recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem. This cleaning service is crucial for maintaining the health of the environment, preventing the buildup of decaying matter and the potential spread of diseases. Ants are also highly effective predators and play a significant role in regulating the populations of other invertebrates. Their constant foraging and hunting help to keep numbers of many herbivorous insects in check. This can have a direct benefit for plants, as ants essentially act as a natural pest control service. Some plants have even evolved to form symbiotic relationships with ants, providing them with nectar or shelter in exchange for protection. The ants will patrol the plant, aggressively attacking any insect that tries to feed on its leaves, creating a living shield for their plant host. The physical impact of their nest building, as we have seen, is another crucial ecological function. By turning over vast quantities of soil, they improve its structure, aeration, and water infiltration. This process, known as bioturbation, makes the soil healthier and more productive for plant growth. The nutrient-rich soil around ant nests often supports a greater diversity of plant life, creating small pockets of enhanced biodiversity. Through these many different activities, from planting seeds to controlling pests and engineering the soil, ants act as indispensable custodians of their habitats, quietly maintaining the balance of their natural world. The relationship between ants and humans is ancient and multifaceted, marked by both benefit and conflict. For much of human history, ants have been seen as a source of benefit. In some agricultural systems, their predatory nature is harnessed as biological pest control. Citrus growers in southern China have encouraged weaver ants to nest in their orchards. The ants fiercely protect the trees from pests that would damage the fruit. This provides a natural alternative to chemical pesticides. This partnership shows a deep understanding of local ecology. The potent venom of some ants has been used in traditional remedies. It has been applied to treat conditions like arthritis. In some regions, ants are harvested as food. Their larvae are also eaten as a protein-rich food. Leafcutter ants are toasted and eaten as a delicacy in parts of South America. Ants are symbols of industry, diligence, and community in folklore and fables. But interactions are not always positive. Ants can become unwelcome pests when they enter our homes. They are drawn by food and water. Species like the pharaoh ant, species like the Argentine ant, can establish colonies inside buildings, creating infestations that are difficult to eradicate. Ants can contaminate food supplies. They can cause minor structural damage by nesting in walls or electrical equipment. In agriculture, some ants are beneficial while others are detrimental. Some ants protect and farm aphids. They also tend other sap-sucking insects. Ants feed on the honeydew those pests excrete. In return, they guard them from predators. This protection lets aphid populations flourish, leading to crop damage. The role of ants in human-managed landscapes can be both helpful and harmful, depending on species and context. While a line of ants in the kitchen is a common nuisance, some human-ant conflicts have far more severe consequences. One of the most significant issues is the global spread of invasive ant species. Human trade and travel have unintentionally transported certain ant species far beyond their native ranges. Once established in a new environment, these invaders can wreak havoc. Lacking the natural predators and competitors that kept them in check in their homeland, their populations can explode, overwhelming and displacing native ant species and disrupting the delicate local ecosystem. A prime example is the red imported fire ant, native to South America. It has been accidentally introduced to North America, Australia, parts of Asia. These ants are highly aggressive, and their venomous sting is painful to humans and can be fatal to small animals. They outcompete native ants for resources, prey on the eggs and young of ground-nesting birds, prey on reptiles, causing significant declines in local wildlife populations. Their large mounds can damage farm equipment and create problems in urban parks and lawns. The Argentine ant is another globally successful invader. While not venomous, its impact is just as profound. In their native range, Argentine ant colonies are aggressive towards one another, which keeps their numbers in check. However, in introduced regions like California, the Mediterranean, a genetic bottleneck has led to the formation of enormous super colonies. Ants from different nests in these super colonies recognize each other as kin and do not fight. This allows them to form a united front, systematically eliminating almost all native ant species, and disrupting critical ecological processes like seed dispersal for native plants. These invasions highlight the fragility of ecosystems and the unintended consequences of a globalized world. The fight to control invasive ants is difficult, costly, and often a losing battle. Eradication is rare once a species is widely established. Management efforts often focus on containment and protecting specific sensitive areas. These conflicts serve as a stark reminder that while ants are masters of their own small worlds, the collision of their world with ours can create profound and lasting disruptions, altering landscapes and diminishing biodiversity. As we draw our exploration to a close, we are left with a deeper appreciation for these seemingly simple creatures. The ant, so often overlooked or dismissed as a pest, is in fact a master engineer, a social innovator, a cornerstone of terrestrial ecosystems. Their societies, built on unwavering cooperation and intricate communication, have stood the test of time, persisting and flourishing for millions of years. They have shaped the very ground beneath our feet, tended the gardens of the wild, and maintained a delicate balance in the miniature world they inhabit. Their story is one of incredible success and adaptation. Their collective intelligence, emerging from the simple actions of millions of individuals, offers a profound lesson in the power of the whole being greater than the sum of its parts. A colony can solve complex problems, build sophisticated structures, and manage resources with a level of coordination that rivals our own most complex systems. They are a living testament to the fact that great works do not always require a single guiding mind. but can arise from the distributed efforts of a community working towards a common purpose. This principle of emergent complexity is one of nature's most elegant and powerful forces. The challenges posed by invasive ant species also serve as a crucial reminder of our own impact on the planet. In our interconnected world, we have become the primary agents of biological redistribution, moving species across natural barriers with often devastating consequences. The story of the fire ant, the Argentine ant, is not just a story about ants, it is a story about the responsibility that comes with human power. It compels us to be more mindful of the delicate ecological webs that we so easily disrupt, often without a second thought. Ultimately, the world of the ant is a parallel universe existing just beyond the edge of our perception. By taking the time to look closer, we discover a world of immense complexity, industry, and importance. These unseen engineers are not just insects, they are vital threads in the fabric of life on Earth. They aerate our soil, disperse our seeds, and clean our forests. Their continued existence is intertwined with the health of our planet. The next time you see an ant marching with purpose across the ground, it is worth remembering the vast hidden city it belongs to, and the vital work it performs for us all.